everyone. Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
Thursday. How are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah.
Nervous.
Okay. For what?
Well, we can get started and I can talk about it first.
Okay. Welcome to Take It or Leave It. I am one of your hosts, Meredith Masony.
And I'm Tiffany Jenkins. This podcast will discuss all things marriage, motherhood, and everything in between. Please remember, we're not professionals at anything you may actually need. So, any advice we give, you can take.
Or leave because it might be crap. On today's episode of Take It or Leave It, Tiffany is apparently nervous. Uh,
Yeah. Well, listen, things are new, dude.
things are new.
Yeah, things are new with take it or leave it.
Okay. What's
We have
new?
turned a page. This is no longer a place I slink to on Thursday mornings
Really?
in my pajamas. You know, what do you say?
Looks like you're wearing pajamas right now.
Yeah, no, that was a bad example because no, I am for sure wearing pajamas today. But from now on, usually going forward, people are going to see this for
Pe-
7 years. This has been my underground place. I could just say anything and just now.
you can do the exact same thing.
Now people are going to see us. We have social media pages.
Yeah.
Things are serious. We're coming out
We're
of
this
the
is our
dark
coming
alleys.
this is our coming out party? Is that what you
Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it.
It is weird to be like, "Hey, we've been podcasting for 7 years and we have social media now." Like, what are we, 87?
I'm not kidding. Like knowing that clips are going to be going out is so terrifying because I feel like for so long I just talk into this microphone and it goes into the abyss and nobody ever knows and I never hear about it again and it's just like a secret society. Shit's about to get real.
Okay, I think you're being a smidgen uh dramatic, but that's okay.
Maybe
I think
maybe
it's going to be
it's
just fine.
because of the first reel. Maybe I'm feeling insecure because Cheryl from Tennessee was
Okay,
talking shit.
one person made a comment about you not liking tax day. One person. Tiffany texted me and she's like, I don't know if I can share this reel with all the hate. I was like, what hate? There's 7 comments. She's like, well, one lady said that that's why she doesn't like the word triggered because I talked about it with my taxes. And I was like, oh my God, Tiffany, there's 7 comments
You know why? Because I hate that word too. But
triggered.
yeah, there's very
Yeah.
few specific things that trigger me. Taxes are one of them.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
I don't overuse the word. It's a real fucking trigger.
Oh, so Cheryl, you can suck it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay.
Anyway, I'm excited.
So, how did this was a big week.
It was.
You did your audiobook this week.
I did do my
How did it
audiobook.
go?
It was, you know what? I enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah, I really enjoy recording audiobooks. It's very cool because I get a chance to be an actress.
Mhm.
Um,
Wait. Did you do the character voices?
okay, listen, I did, but I didn't do it as crazy as I did in my first book. In my
S-
first book, I was borderline pushing it.
mhm. So, when you read somebody's,
So
did
if it
you
was a guy, I just made my voice a little bit deeper and it wasn't that serious. I was trying not to be like shockingly different, just
Uh-huh.
enough so you could tell the difference.
Okay. All right. I'm interested to
Yeah.
be able to get a little listen.
Uh, I need to put my phone on silent. Yeah,
Mm,
so it was cool though because I got to act,
mm.
which I love. When I say act, I mean like I'm reading the lines and it's like I don't know if I even want this anymore. I mean, just a year ago I was riding around in a blah 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 and now I don't even know who I am as a person. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, so dramatic. I loved it. But
Mm.
it was long days.
Yeah.
It made me very tired. What doesn't? And it was a very cool thing. I had a engineer in my ear and a producer, and um yeah, I just showed up and relived my trauma. It was good.
Yeah.
I cried when I got to the part about my dad. It was so embarrassing. I had to
Mm,
stop, and I had to it was like, I don't wanna give any spoilers, but
mm,
I was, like, crying, and I
mm.
think you're gonna hear it in the audiobook because I tried really hard to like, I had to go away from the microphone and, like, breathe and compose myself, and then I'm like and then I had to say, like, I don't wanna spoil it, but
Yeah, don't. But I think that that's gonna make it even better when we get to listen to it, because
maybe,
that's real.
maybe.
That's the raw emotion of it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Oh.
It was pretty sad, but yeah, it's interesting reading the book again and seeing what I finally ended up with after years of
Mm.
patchworking.
It was a long time. It was a long time.
Yeah, I feel
Uh,
like with the way it left, it can't be the end. There has to be something else.
third book.
I don't know, dude. I don't know
Mm.
if I have a third book in me, but
Mhm.
I might just make a fiction version of my life where we're all aliens and we
Mm.
stick our stuff in other people's stuff.
Oh, so you're moving away and you're going to fictional alien porn?
I think so.
Okay.
I
That
think
sounds like a
so.
solid move.
I'm just following my heart.
Okay. Speaking of space,
Okay. Are we
thank you for that segue.
What the hell is going on?
Speaking of space, I would really like to talk about the Blue Origin flight.
Of course.
Can we?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because I have some feelings,
I
and I'd like to discuss it.
Okay.
All right.
I'd
So,
I'd love to hear it.
do you know what the Blue Origin flight was? Let's start there.
It was a flight, uh, a little juju looking, isn't it? Juju. What's that candy? Juju.
Juju fruits?
Is that what it is? It's shaped like a juju fruit.
I don't know what it's looks like a penis if you ask
Okay.
me, but that's okay. I
We
mean,
need to.
it's the Blue Origin space rocket.
Yeah. So apparently you pay $28 million and you get to go to space in cute blue outfits.
Cute blue
That's
outfit.
what I know.
Okay, do you know who just went?
I know Katy Perry,
Uh-huh.
Gail King, Jeff Bezos' wife, and some other random people that I
Well,
don't know.
one was an astronaut.
Thank God.
There was a female astronaut
Thank
in
goodness.
in the and I'm using air quotes crew
Okay,
because
passive aggressive.
I have some feelings.
Okay. Um and so just to provide facts, do you know what the purpose of the flight was?
Well, that's really what I'd like to get into.
Let's do it.
What do you think the purpose of the flight was?
I don't think there was a purpose.
Okay. So, for those of you that are just hearing, I watched it. I watched it, the takeoff. It's in total 11 minutes from takeoff to touchdown.
Wait, what do you
Yeah.
mean touchdown?
Like when the pod floats back to the earth.
Wait, they were only in space for 11 minutes?
They didn't even, well, they weren't even in space for 11 minutes. I think maybe they experienced weightlessness for, what is it, 4.5 to 6?
No shit.
Not even, maybe, not even. But
Can you even
it's,
make it to space that quickly?
no. So you get to, what is the technical term for it? Suborbital? You get to a suborbital space where you're weightless. Outer atmosphere. You're not in now you can see the curvature of the earth. What? No, it's not flat, Dave. So you can see the curvature of the Earth. I mean, I'm assuming the view would be great. I'll never be on a $28 million flight, but it, you've seen these pictures on the news and stuff. They show you the curvature of the Earth, blah, blah, blah. But you get to be weightless for a very, very small period of time, 4 or 5 minutes, whatever it is, before it starts coming back down to Earth. The pod itself is released from the rocket. Then the parachutes come out. It comes down. On your way up, I think it's 3 G's worth of force. On your way down, I believe they said it was 5 G's worth of force. And the rocket itself comes back down and lands on the launch pad like a damn remote control. It was pretty insane to watch that go up, come all the way back down, and land on the launch pad. It was an all-woman crew, all-female, quote-unquote, crew.
Why do you keep putting crew?
Because what did they do? And astronauts go to space, they're a crew. They do work. They do research. They do experiments. They collect data. They gather information that is going to hopefully benefit the planet Earth, whether that is to discuss climate change, weather, asteroids that are potentially coming to end us in, what was that movie? Armageddon. Like, they have real jobs to do when it comes to reporting back what's happening in outer space. That's a crew. They have degrees, they have training, they go through a rigorous screening. They literally, for years and years and years of their lives, become experts to get the opportunity to go into space and perform scientific experiments to give us information on what it's like up there, in space, traveling, through the fucking Milky Way. I don't know what they do, but it's a real job. And that's a crew. So immediately after the Blue Origin returns to Earth, the criticism starts. And it wasn't from men. It was mostly women, celebrities and things that were like, what was the point of this mission? People asking, like, was this a joke? Like, was this a publicity stunt? Which, if you looked at the people that were on the ground watching the flight, I'd say it's in part absolutely a publicity stunt.
What do you mean? Who was on the ground?
Well, the Kardashians were there. When was the last time anybody saw the Kardashians at a rocket launch? Anybody? Anybody in the back of the room remember the last time you saw the Kardashians at a fucking rocket launch? I'm getting hot. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
I'm getting real hot.
Well, you're wearing 2 sweaters.
Yep. So I was cold last night. It's not the point.
Okay.
So the Kardashians are there. Oprah, because of course she's Gayle King's best friend. Okay. Jeff Bezos is standing down there, which it's his rocket.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah. Amazon guy.
It's his rocket?
Yeah, right. Blue Origin is owned by Amazon. Yeah. I don't know if it's his wife or his fiance, but his current love interest, nonetheless, was on the rocket. I think, and I was trying to pull up the article that I had first read. I want to say that this was the 10th flight with this specific rocket. So people were talking about, like, what were the odds that this was going to go well or not, or based on, blah, 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 or whatever. But I think this was the 10th successful mission. But then Katy Perry, after singing What a Wonderful World up in space to serenade the crew while they were hard at work, she announces a world tour. So what part of this wasn't a publicity stunt? I feel like just say what it is.
I
Because
don't.
where's the scientific data that was collected to do for the research?
Okay, I think we can all agree that none of these women were going there to do science. Okay, for
Do
sure.
science.
There's no science occurring in the time. I think we know. Like, okay, that's not surprising to me. Where's the money going? Do we know?
So here's the other thing. So this was put on by Bezos. He paid for this because, once again, I believe this was a publicity stunt. But what really chapped my ass
Mm.
is the environmental impact that shooting off a rocket for no purpose and burning rocket fuel to send some celebrities up into quote unquote space for 4 minutes of weightlessness to announce a world tour. Come on. Like, what are we doing? The amount of money, time, how many people does it take to launch a rocket? I mean, how many people were there working, doing their jobs to put on this publicity stunt so that it could tear through poor Mother Earth's atmosphere and ignite rocket fuel into our ozone? Like, it just really made, like, I'm over here using compostable bags because I don't want to throw trash away because I know it sits in the damn dump forever. And I'm like, I got to spend way more money to buy these compostable bags because I don't want to put, a footprint on the earth. We created the laundry lady. We did all these things because we're trying to, we use reusable cups. I don't use fucking paper plates anymore. And these assholes are fucking launching rockets and burning up the atmosphere to talk about a world tour that you're going to go sing on.
Mm.
Fucking 1%ers. These billionaires are assholes.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Felt all of that so hard. Environment, big time. Compost. Yes.
Compost.
So do you think that the whole reason that they went up was so that Katie could announce her world tour? Do you think? No.
No, I believe that there were many different reasons that they put this stunt on.
What are they? I don't understand.
I don't know that they've all been revealed to this date yet. Obviously Amazon is playing some large role in this, right? Like, why was Gayle King there? She's sitting there defending it.
That was random. Gayle was random.
She is vigorously defending this. Gayle King defends Blue Origin flight after backlash, says there was nothing frivolous about the trip to space. Anybody that's criticizing this doesn't really understand what is happening here. So she says the mission in an interview with Entertainment Tonight on Tuesday, after hearing criticism from people she knows and considers friends, space is not an either or, it's a both and, she said. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do, is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. So they're going to move the trash from the earth and throw it into space. King says she was disappointed and saddened by the backlash. Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted to dedicating to making our planet a better place. Nothing frivolous about this. So, I'm very disappointed. Okay.
There are people who said they never even went.
Oh, yeah, that started right after they got onto Back Down on the Earth. They were like, this whole thing was fake.
Something about the door opening inward.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Instead of outward. But there was this one dude who made a post. I was trying to find it. I should have saved it this morning. I thought about it, but apparently there was like a bunch of quotes by the women before they went that was like, we're gonna bring glam to space. We're gonna put the ass in astronaut, and like made all these comments about, like, I guess the suits were specifically designed with a designer by Jeff Bezos's wife's whatever.
Oh. Mm.
But there was this guy who was like, listen, I know female astronauts. I know women who have dedicated their whole lives to fighting the stigma and, whatever. And so to have these women just be like, we're going to bang aliens and flash our. Let me not talk shit because I was going to get carried away for a second and I need to not because there might come a day when I wear hair extensions again. So let me not. But he said that they weren't focusing on the right mission about space, that all they wanted to do was like look cute in space. And I haven't researched it enough to know like what exactly they did while they were up there, apart from like seeing and announce tours and stuff. Did they do anything else? Did they?
I'd love to know what research and data was collected on this mission and how this I would, you know what? I would happily retract everything that I just said if they put out findings as to how these astronauts, this all female astronaut crew minus the one actual astronaut who was there, um if they could give us all of the findings, all the scientific data that was collected and how it's going to benefit the planet Earth.
Who are the other two women?
So his wife,
And his wife, Gail King, Katy Perry, an astronaut, and then two other women.
yeah. I can get the names. Blue Origin. Aisha Bowe, Amanda Wynn, Carrie Ann Flynn, Gail King, Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez.
Aisha Bowe was the astronaut. Aisha Bowe, former NASA rocket scientist and entrepreneur.
Yep. Civil rights activist. So Amanda Wynn is a civil rights activist.
Yeah, but she's also a bioastronautics research scientist.
And a film producer.
Carrie Ann Flynn is a film producer.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn. Yep. I was like, that's an odd mix to go between jobs. Yeah. So that's the crew.
Okay. It's so random that they're like astronaut, biochemical professor, film producer. Like, what is the film producer doing there? She just had 28 million.
No. They didn't pay. None of these women paid to go up into this flight. Jeff Bezos put them there and sent them up. That's why I'm saying stunt. These women didn't pay. They said I was watching it on the news and they said that this was funded by Jeff Bezos. Okay. Unless the news was wrong. Let me just Google it.
I don't know if I got invited by Jeff Bezos to go to space, I'd consider it. Like, I don't blame these people for getting a all expense paid trip to space. Like, right?
None of the crew members played a direct role in piloting the flight. So they should be considered space travelers and not crew.
Okay.
That was reported by the news.
That was reported by the news.
As reported by the news. Yeah, so that's what I took. So if I'm wrong, then you guys can let me know if you've done other research, but to me it was put on by Jeff Bezos. So I think it was how were they chosen? Somebody asked. I don't know how they were chosen. That's what I'm saying is to me, the entire thing seemed extremely curated, produced, for publicity.
Mm.
What reasons? I don't know. Passenger, as Jennifer states in the comments, passenger is a better word choice, I think. These are space passengers.
Mm.
You know, an astronaut, like don't detract from what an astronaut does. Like that has to be such a hard job.
Were people detracting? Were they calling themselves astronauts?
Well, I mean, they at the thing, they talked about how they were newly anointed astronauts.
Mm.
And it's like, you're not an astronaut. You're not even crew. You're a passenger on an 11-minute flight where you got to be weightless. Now, I would never do this because I think I would just vomit and piss and shit myself the second any of the G's hit me. I would be a mess of bodily fluids.
Right.
Okay, so Beth gives us more information. Blue Origin spokesperson Bill Kierkos, I didn't say that right, told CNN that some passengers on today's flight are flying free of charge while others are not, but the company declined to say who paid their way. So the others who are not is going to be Jeff Bezos' wife. That's how they could get that in there, is my guess, because Jeff Bezos paid.
Right.
Is what that sounds like. Oh, Rachel, yeah, they were all passenger princesses. That's what they were. And over here, me, I'm like the epitome of the passenger princess. I hate to drive, and I'm over here throwing so much shade.
Yeah. I don't.
The
I
whole
get.
thing,
I.
just
It's not. Do you remember that time when like that family? This is not related whatsoever, but like I think it was called Balloon Boy.
oh yeah,
The family like created this balloon or whatever and then accidentally sent it off into the atmosphere with their child in it, and
yep,
like everybody was chasing it and the news crews were out, and then come to find out it was a hoax. They were hiding the kid in the house the whole time.
yep. I do
I don't
remember Balloon Boy.
I forgot all about that. All right. Well, yeah, I mean,
So
F 'em
yeah,
for
you're
effing the
right though.
planet with their atmospheric gasoline,
Ugh,
but
rocket
the rest
fuel.
of it, I don't really care.
I understand that people will be, what's the right word for it? Ambivalent. Is that correct?
I don't know what that means.
Like people are going to be, like you said, I don't really care, whatever. But for me, just the amount of waste, money, time, energy, impact on the planet, it's just I don't see why anybody should be a space passenger for $28 million or whatever they charge per seat to go up there, because I don't, because of the impact that it has on the planet. Like, why? Why should that even exist? I just
Yeah.
don't understand why that we have so many problems here on the on planet Earth that need attention and to be focused on. And it's just so sad to know that the people who have all of this money, that few 1%, wouldn't dare waste a dime in their eyes to help fix the problems that we have here. I know there are philanthropists out there. I know that there are people that use their money for good. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these evil people who have amassed this amount of money that they couldn't possibly spend in generations, and they don't want to use it to help protect the planet or help with homelessness or help with healthcare or help with food deserts or help with childhood cancer or whatever.
But do we know that Jeff Bezos isn't helping with those things?
I'm not naming Jeff Bezos in that. I don't know what his philanthropic charities and giving situation is. I'm saying to the 1%ers out there who just have amassed this amount of wealth and they don't spread it and share it with causes that affect the rest of us.
Right.
Like that to me is how do you sleep at night? And they're going to say they sleep well on their Tempur-Pedic or whatever the fuck they have, right? What is that commercial?
Ooh, I got a Tempur-Pedic. Am I living like the 1%?
I've got a Costco
Uh,
mattress.
uh. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess for me, I'm not super pissed, and maybe I should be, but I'm just the kind of person where I have to detach myself from shit. Otherwise, I'll fight everybody, dude.
Mm.
Like if I get passionate about something, I'll fight everybody. And so in this situation, like, yes, people should use their wealth to help other people, but I also don't know that they are one and the same. Like, I don't know that this space mission necessarily shows that they don't do the other things.
I hear you on that, and I can understand where you're coming from. I think it just, to me, it highlighted some of the real issues that we have going on, and I do consider what they did a publicity stunt and frivolous until any data is reported back on what scientific information they were bringing back to Earth to make it a better place. If they
Right.
want to publish that, I'd love to sit and read it and be like, "Oh, I'm wrong. This mission was well worth whatever the spend was."
Mm.
And to hear Katy Perry sing "What a Wonderful World" holding up a daisy. I mean, how could she do any research? She was busy singing and holding flowers.
I feel like that's what I would expect Katie to do in space, though.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You hit the mark. You're not wrong.
That's precisely what I would expect her to do.
Yeah, Rachel in the comments said, "My mom always said the reason the rich are so rich is because they keep it to themselves and the poor will give their last dime to help someone else." Amen, Rachel's mom. I believe
Rachel's mom.
that. Rachel's mom has got it going on. I believe that too, because I think that, I mean, everybody probably who's listening here has met somebody who would give the shirt off their back, is the saying. And those are the salt of the earth people that I love, that it's like, yeah, that's what you should aspire to be, is somebody who is a helper.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially people who, and that's why people who came from nothing and then got money. Well, I don't know if I could say that because I think Jeff Bezos probably came from nothing and then got money. But
I don't know. I don't know the backstory behind Bezos, like where his money came from. It's very rare that you find somebody who has amassed that amount that truly came from meager, because like, what are some of the big ones? Some of these startups.
Google.
Yeah. So like,
I said that and something just popped up on my screen. Is that from having a Mac?
it's because they're listening. Jeff Bezos did begin with a limited budget and a bold vision. He invested $10,000 of his own savings and received an additional $250,000 from his parents. He launched Amazon out of his garage in 1994. So his parents gave him $250,000.
Yeah.
Which I'd say is not a tiny investment.
Right.
So his parents had some dough,
right.
and they were like, "Jeff Bezos, we believe in you. We believe in this idea of the Amazon." So I think it's really difficult for somebody to amass that amount of wealth when truly coming from, I'm not saying that it isn't possible and there aren't cases of it. I don't know any off the top of my head. But I know that a lot of times people will make the statement of, "I started this all on my own. I had nothing." And then it comes out that it's like their parents gave them a $3 million whatever. Or because it's like, that's I mean, most of us would not consider $250,000 nothing.
I feel like you have to have a certain brain, you have to be a certain kind of person to get that rich. Truly. Um, you have to be smart.
Well,
You really do. You have to have like an exceptional business mind. Truly. I really do believe that because, like, for example,
mm,
now with the way the world is, you can like I don't know. I hate talking about money because it stresses me out because I feel like I'm going to like so here's what I'll say. As somebody who came from nothing and then got into a situation where like I wrote a book and it did well and I got some money,
mm-hmm,
I didn't know what the fuck to do with it.
mm-hmm,
I don't know how to hang on to it. I don't know how
mm-hmm,
to invest it.
mm-hmm.
I don't know how to use it like to be smart and start a business, and I don't even know the words to use to describe what you would do if you were smart and equity, whatever. I don't know. I somebody like me who has the opportunity to make smart business decisions and potentially grow could fuck it up
Mm.
and end up with not nearly as much because you're not doing it right. Like that's a perfect example. I'm a perfect example of that. If I had known what I was doing and was strategic and smart, I could have invested in shit and been in a much better position than I am. But instead, I'm like, oh my God, DoorDash, here we go. Like Taco Bell for dinner every night. I don't know how to invest. I fucked it up. And I think I got to give credit where credit's due. Like, yes, you could get a start from a parent. And yes, you can get lucky with a great business idea, but you have to be a really smart badass, in my opinion, to get that rich. You just have to.
Yeah, you definitely have a point there. I do think, and I say this a lot, I've said this many, many, many times, where you see these kids, and it's likens to what you just discussed with about yourself. You see these kids who become mega celebrities very, very
Hmm.
young, right? The Biebers, fucking what's her name, Amanda Bynes,
Hmm.
Britney Spears. You see them, they're Mickey Mouse Clubhouse one day, and then they're sex icons and celebrities that are flying all over the globe to perform, and they're amassing this wealth, and the train wreck happens.
Right.
So you're right. You're right that there is, and I think that happens more often than not with kids who amass the wealth. If you find an adult who stumbles into it, not, and when I say stumbles, I don't mean that they didn't work for it. I'm just using that as a term. They start to create some wealth. They have life experience and the ability to sort of um, figure it out and say, okay, I don't want to lose this, so I'm going to try to be, strategic with investing and diversifying and creating a portfolio and doing XYZ. Because like I feel bad. Like I saw Amanda Bynes pop up on my feed yesterday, and she's like, "Hey guys, come follow me on OnlyFans," and I'm like, "Oh no,
Hmm.
oh I thought you were," because there was a glimmer there for a second. I was like, "Oh look, she was talking about how she's been going to therapy and really working." And here's the thing: if OnlyFans is really what she wants to do because she feels like it's this empowering thing for her, great. I don't poo poo the OnlyFans people at all.
Okay.
But she's somebody that we've watched over the last decade unravel.
Right.
So that to me is the same thing, right? With Britney Spears. We were like, and the conservatorship. And now we watch reels of her and we're like, somebody send the cops over and do a well check.
Right.
She's unwell. It's also why I think Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley,
No, dude, I get it.
like
Listen, I'm going to
they
be so
end up
honest.
dying because I mean, there was a Michael Jackson's got to be the epitome of it, right? Jackson 5.
Yeah,
He became
he needed propofol to sleep, right?
right. Yeah, that's how he died.
Dude, that would be listen, if I was Michael Jackson rich and I could pay someone to give me propofol
Oh
naps,
yeah, I'd do it.
I shit you not.
Mhm.
I would fucking do it.
Every day. I agree with you. Best sleep I've ever had was a
Mhm.
propofol colonoscopy.
Yep.
Woo!
I get it,
Yeah.
genuinely, especially
Uh,
if I'm Michael Jackson, I have that kind of pressure on me. I have people fainting when they see me, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, "I need a nap. This is too much."
yeah. Brittany Murphy, Tori Spelling. I mean, the list continues. And it's not a good situation for these people. And you can say, well, it's all their fault. They did whatever, but it's like, well, you start out in a business at 8, 9 years old. Your view of reality is going to be warped
Mhm.
100%. Um and there's just no there's Whitney Houston. I mean, the list goes on and on of these people that we see. And to an extent, I think Will Smith, uh, with the whole Chris Rock slapping situation and the shit that was going on in his marriage and all over the place, like it got real weird in the Will Smith space for a while.
Mhm.
And Jada Pinkett Smith, like just the things that and it's like, can we sit here and judge these people? Well, we probably shouldn't, but the information that we're given when we talk about it, it's like, this is crazy. Like, I guess, if do you wanna be rich if that's the shit that happens? I don't
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
Uh,
think in that case, there's so much more that goes into it. Like when you're a kid and the cameras are in your face and you're raised up being scrutinized and examined under a microscope,
eh
not knowing what real school life experience is. I think that's enough to make anybody lose their marbles a little bit.
yeah, I mean, I don't know when Will Smith started acting, but he was young too, right?
Mhm.
Fresh Prince. So, it is, yeah, celebrities. Kaylin in the comments just said, "Celebrities are under such a microscope. Could we blame any of them for flying off the handle?" No, I mean, I'm not here giving these examples as blame. I'm giving these examples as just things we've seen as a as peop as what's the right word? As people watching celebrities for this last several decades, right?
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. Oh my gosh, did you get I something popped up in my timeline the other day. Did you remember Kurt Loder?
Yeah.
He's 80 this week.
That's crazy. That's
Is it
crazy.
not?
Yeah. He
I
was
looked at
older when we were back then though.
I know, but you don't think about it like that. In your mind, you close your eyes, you picture Kurt Loder, you're at home, it's after school, you're watching MTV.
Mhm.
And then I turned and looked at Dave in bed and I was like, Kurt Loder's 80 this week.
Mhm. I cried when I found out Seth Green was 50.
Is he really?
Mhm. I cried. He's past that now, but I cried. I was like, "No, I refuse to accept this."
You want them to be ageless and timeless, right?
Mhm.
We project a lot onto celebrities. Yes, in the comments is correct. Spectators. We're spectators.
Mhm.
That's what this is. We are spectators to this weird game of watching these celebrities do their things, whether they're professional athletes or movie stars or whatever, singers, whatever. Yeah, you're right. We are spectators in their lives. Um, and so I find the whole thing extremely interesting. I think that's what I love most about reality TV.
Oh, I've gotten obsessed with a reality television show.
No.
Yes.
Which one?
So, it's not the Netflix version, but there's this reality show called Pop the Balloon.
Pop the balloon.
It's horrible. Like, I don't know if it's horrible, but it's the most you have to be so honest and say it's a blind dating it's not blind dating. It's like a dating show, dude.
Where are you watching this?
Reels and shorts and Facebook reels.
Oh, so it's on YouTube. It's a
It's
YouTube series?
there is a Netflix version of it, but I don't like the Netflix version of it. So I've just been watching clips of it. But I mean for hours because I've been doing my audiobook. And
Mhm.
so because I'm working a full day from the morning until 5 in the afternoon, working nonstop with like a lunch break to do the audiobook, I've been giving myself permission to not do shit at night.
Right. Right.
And so I've been bed rotting watching Pop the Balloon. And basically, there's like a line of men or women, let's just say women for this example, and they're all holding a balloon.
Yep.
And a potential suitor walks in. And the what?
I'm watching it as you're saying it.
Yeah. And if they're not interested, they pop. And then they go over and you have to ask, why did you pop the balloon? Are they your type? Yes or no. And if they say no, they ask why they're not your type. People are like, she's got ugly toes.
Oh.
I don't like the way her eyes are shaped. Like, people are so superficial. But then every now and then you get like a good person who you could tell just doesn't care about physical features and is just honestly looking for something real. Like, it's addicting to me. I don't know why, but it's like, damn.
Yeah.
I could never go on a show like that. I could never sit there and listen to why someone wasn't attracted to me. I would list it before they had a chance to. I'd be like, I already know it's my chin, isn't it?
I already know. You
It's my
just hold
deep
up a
voice.
sign.
Yeah.
I already know. I already know.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's very addicting.
okay. Yeah. So you can. Oh, Netflix is getting some backlash for this too.
Yeah, I agree.
Netflix turned a black dating show loved by millions into TV trash.
Yeah.
So they're taking a lot of heat for this.
And
So if you want to watch the original, though, you got to go. If you have YouTube, which I mean, who doesn't have YouTube? You can watch it. It's the series, and it's been going on for years. Apparently, there's tons of episodes.
Yeah, the host of that one is called Arlette Amuli, I think her name is. She's an amazing host. I'm not super crazy about the Netflix host. The Netflix host kind of talks over everybody and it's very loud and chaotic, whereas the original version, the people in the line don't talk out of turn. The host is really quiet and just lets the contestants do the talking. Like, I like that vibe much better, but it's brutal. It's brutal. And then you watch people, you know why I like it? It's very interesting because of people's egos. So it's like a guy pops their balloon on me, and I have to walk over and find out why he popped his balloon. And he's like, she's just not really my type. She's a little bit thicker than I'd like. She's too tall for me, a little bit, whatever. Um, and then the host turns to me and says, if he hadn't popped, would he have been your type? And I have to say yes or no. And a lot of times people say, I would like, because my feelings were hurt about what he said about me. Then I talk shit about him. And I'm like, no, he's not my type. He's got those raggedy ass shoes on. Like, whatever. Like, you could tell people's egos get so hurt and they lash out. I'm very much into like the psychology of it.
Yeah, I think that, and that's what I was saying. I think that's why I love reality TV. It's like this dig deeper of like, why would you do this? And what did you think was going to happen? And why, did this make you feel this way? And, because it really, watching people in a fishbowl, to me, that's exciting.
A lot of reality seems so fake to me though, which I can't do. I can't deal.
There absolutely is. And it's turned. But I think that, like some of the ones that I've watched for years and years and years, and I'll go back to over and over again, are like the survival ones. Like I love like Naked and Afraid or Alive or, these ones where they're just dropped in the middle of nowhere and they have to figure out how to make their way and there's two of them and so now they're fighting over who's going to be the fire starter, you know what I mean? And they're left there, not left obviously because the crew has to be close enough in case there's an incident, but they've rushed people out of the fucking Amazon because they've had cholera for 3 days from drinking the water.
Wait,
and
so it's two people dropped into the Amazon?
different parts of the world, different all over the place, different like they've done them in Florida in the Everglades.
Thinking what I'm thinking, dude?
What?
Me and you?
Oh God,
Meredith?
Never.
Meredith, could we do it?
No.
Why? Why could we
No,
not do it?
and then people tap out. And like, well, I remember one time this guy, after like 24 hours, he was like, I'm too hungry. I have to go home. And they
Really?
ended the show. Could you imagine if you couldn't DoorDash a double bang bang because you were in the middle of Peru in some forest?
First of all, I didn't know they were DoorDash and double bangs. I'd like that to be known. Tonight, that's what I'm getting. 2 for 1, baby. Second of all, I really think we could do it.
There's no way we could do it.
I
I'd
don't
be like,
know.
Tiffany, don't drink that water. It's going to give you diarrhea. You don't know me. You're not my real mom. Okay. Boom. Boom. She's down.
That's so true.
I'm then wiping your ass with a poison ivy leaf. Things go totally sideways. You're carted out with an ass full of poison oak.
I don't know. It might be you, dude. To be honest, I
Could
might be
be.
the strong one for us.
It could be.
You start freaking out, right? Because you're
Mhm.
like, oh my God, there's nothing to clean here. I can't clean the fucking forest.
I'd find a way. You think I wouldn't get a palm branch down and start sweeping the shit out of the dirt? And then the best is when these women, they're so crafty, right? They're out there and they make like these leaf bras and like little loincloths so that their parts are covered. We'd be out there trying to like lick it and stick it to our nipples to see if they could stand up. We wouldn't be able to do jack shit. It'd be a hot fucking mess.
Oh my God.
It would be great TV.
We'd have to be naked.
Well, yeah, the show is called Naked and Afraid.
Wait, no, I thought the other one, the alive one. I want to wear clothes.
Those are real survivalists that get placed.
Exactly.
That's not us. We would not. They would never pick us for the show.
I don't think that's a matter of opinion. Like, define survivalist. I've survived up until now, motherfuckers.
Yeah, with double bang door dashes, not out in the Alaska, wilderness.
See, but that's a show I would want to watch. I don't want to watch survivalists. I want to watch. I want to watch suburban mothers. Like getting freedom for the first time without kids. It's like,
yeah.
Honestly, I'm covered in scabies, but this is really chill. Honestly, I'm not even mad.
I had lice last week, but this is the best.
It's been so quiet.
Yeah. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, no, it's yeah, those are the shows I do love. Of course, I still love my Love is Blind and Married at First Sight and all that other stuff. But that is definitely has layers of scripting on top of it. Whereas these Naked and Afraid, like you're just watching people's interactions on trying to survive, like watching them try to catch fish day after day and they get nothing and they're so disappointed and they're so hungry. And then one of them snaps and just starts to eat the weird mushrooms off of the tree. And the other guy's like, don't do it. And then boom, they're done.
That would be me.
Yeah. It's like, this mushroom looks fine. No, it's not. Don't eat that.
I'd be too picky. You'd be like, we have to catch a fish to survive. I'd be like, ew, absolutely not. I'm not eating fish.
Yeah.
Where's the McFlurry?
Yeah. And there's always a vegetarian who is like, I'm not eating that. I will not eat meat. And then like day 16, they're like, give me the meat. And it's
they
like,
just
oh,
bite into a cow.
Yeah. Well, whatever they can catch, right? And then you have people on the show that can actually trap. Like I don't know what I would do if I watched somebody kill a rabbit and be like, you need to eat this. Like and I eat meat, but if you showed me the dead bunny, I don't know that I could do it. Like, oh my God, you killed Thumper.
But I've never been that hungry before, I don't think.
Well, I've seen you in the middle of the night in a hotel do some dirty damage to a mini bar. Don't talk about never being hungry.
That's so true.
All you hear is
I forgot about that.
You're a human raccoon. Oh, I love you.
True.
And I mean that with the utmost respect and love.
No, for sure. I felt it. I'm covered in chocolate ice cream as we speak, dude. I don't know if you can see my pants, but they've got chocolate ice cream all over them.
Did you have some good snacks this week since you were bed rotting and just watching clip?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just too much, too much.
Yeah,
I
but
keep
that's
looking at myself like, "Girl, it's time. Like, you gotta get your shit together, bro. You are looking thick, thicker than a snicker."
thicker than a Snickers.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh man. All right. Well, on that note,
Anyway, is anything new going on with you? Anything exciting?
um no, not really. We're just well, yeah, we're busy getting ready. Hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, the launch of the Laundry Lady dishwasher detergent sheets will be next week.
Yay.
So that should be happening. Dave has been tirelessly working on finishing the website upgrade so that we can launch.
Love it.
So
Well, let me
yes,
know
the
when you
answer
launch
is
it. I'll share the shit out of it.
yeah, that should be fingers crossed, we hope next week. And if
Cool.
you're in my supporter page, you should be getting first crack at it, hopefully very, very soon, prior to the public launch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did we share this to Patreon?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. It's our first time.
It's our
So I
first
don't.
time. Yeah. And so if you do want to support us over on Patreon and you're listening to this and you're like, whoa, this is so cool. This whole podcast was ad free. That's because we are now powered by viewers like you. So if you would like to support us over on Patreon, we would love that support because Tiffany needs to double bang bang. And I need
We're trying to get to space.
we're trying to get to space, guys.
Too soon. That was fucked up.
No, that was funny. That was well timed, well played. We're trying to get tickets to Blue Origin.
No.
And so
Blue
we
Orgy.
Blue
Meredith.
Orgy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tiffany's new OnlyFans page is having an event called the Blue Orgy, and
Yep.
I'm trying to save up enough to be a supporter on her OnlyFans
Mhm.
page. So I need you guys to please become Patreon supporters so that we can afford to do these
Yes.
things.
Yep. Bring your
Yeah.
own blueberries.
Oh, where are you putting them?
Where where aren't I putting them?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Could you imagine if you had an OnlyFans page where you did that like with like all like blue foods and blue objects?
Somebody does. I'm sure somebody does.
Yeah, that's true. That's
What was
true.
that?
That was Dave's giggle. I don't know what he's giggling at.
What is he giggling at?
What? I butchered my rooster in the front yard at my house one day because he attacked my daughter. My husband is at work, so I was alone. He's in the freezer, will be soup. Oh my gosh.
No, then she said the rooster is in the freezer.
Oh, the rooster, not the husband, is in the freezer. Yeah, just in case anybody was wondering.
Okay, but like, where did that come from?
We were talking about the bunny,
Yeah, but okay.
killing the bunny, and she was like,
Right.
I had to butcher a rooster. Do you eat
I mean, you didn't-
roosters? Is it the same as a chicken? Because it's a boy.
No, have you ever heard? No.
Dave says he's had a rooster, so you
No,
do
he
eat them.
hasn't. That was on his own terms. When
No, he grew up in the islands. He has definitely watched somebody kill and eat a rooster. He just did this. He just went like this. He watched
don't
them
like
break
that.
its neck and then
No.
clean it.
Shh, Meredith, you can't say that.
Why?
That's
How do you
traumatizing.
Okay. I'm sorry. He told me that story too. So it's a true story.
I couldn't ever fuck.
No. No, there's no way I could do it. I don't know how hungry I'd have to be to do that. I don't think I could.
Not even to do that. I just can't believe there's people out there who are charged with doing that physical act in order for people to eat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. We have definitely as a society, because it's like I'm sitting here and it's not like I'm not a meat eater.
Right.
But the idea of having to kill it, right? Like think about how far we are in the evolution process, that like back to a time where there were hunter and gatherers. Like, first of all, I could never hunt for it. Second of all, I'm bothered by the fact that I have to gather it
Mm.
and then prepare it. Like, we're so far removed from quote unquote living off the land.
Yeah.
But there are people, obviously, still who do all of those things.
Yep.
Not me.
It's not the food that would break either of you. It's not being able to get a white chocolate mocha or double espresso shot drink in the morning.
I feel like I'm drinking a white chocolate double espresso shot drink and I feel attacked. First of
Yeah,
all,
I do feel a little bit like, okay, low blow.
nobody's
That's what will break you guys.
Yeah. I'm getting ready
specifically
to
when
go
I'm
have my
drinking.
second cup of coffee as we speak.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I gotta clean.
Really? What are you going to clean? Where are you going to start?
I don't fucking know. Excuse my mouth. I don't know, but it's been 3 days. I haven't done a single thing around this house, so I got to start somewhere.
Start with the laundry.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work your way into dishes, some dusting.
Why are you getting sexual?
Sorry. All right. So join us next week for another episode of Take It.
Or Leave It, an advice-ish podcast hosted by two struggling moms
who have no idea what we're doing. We will see you guys next week. Join us
Love
on
you.
Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook supporters, all of the places.
Love you. Bye.